It's showtime.
B-double-E-double-R-U-N beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N beer run.
Yes, and welcome to the Beer Run, part of the BS and Beer family, the only Saints podcast with a 2-drink minimum and takes as bad as Louisiana heat in late July.
It's a joke, boy. You missed it. Went right past you. You gotta keep on your toes. Put toes out here.
I am the California Cajun. With me, as always, is Little Dice. Dale, I wouldn't know anything about that heat. I'm poolside in Los Angeles. How you doing, man?
Yeah. It's freaking hot, Craig. Okay. All right. Arkansas is just as hot as Louisiana is right now. It sucks. Okay. I just came from my kid's soccer practice and it's hot. Okay. Hot.
Let's see. I'm poolside, Southern California. It's about 78 degrees right now. I'm suffering right with you.
I hate you.
Struggling with you.
I hate you, Craig. Well, look, the Saints are out there in Louisiana suffering in the heat before they come out there to Los Angeles and
they're coming out my way.
Get a little bit of breeze.
Not that it helped last year, so
So yeah, shout out to Kellen Moore for making him suffer a little bit first.
Makes you tougher.
That's right, Bobby. It's terrible.
Horrible.
So yeah, man, we got a good show for you guys as the Saints are starting training camp. We're gonna talk a little bit of offense. We're gonna talk a little bit of defense. We're gonna talk a little bit of Saints news, and let's get this thing started, man. Referees, get out there, spot the ball. Let's get going.
First down, Saints.
All right, Craig. What you drinking, bro?
See, I can usually check out after first down. This is my favorite part of the show. I have with me a Southern California original. This is the Stone Delicious IPA. This is from Stone Brewing Company, famous for their Arrogant Bastard, among others. It is a delightful pine cone, if you could say. Little mosaic hops in here. A little bit like a pine cone. It's delicious. 7.7% alcohol. I'm about to have about 3 of them and take a nap by the pool because I'm on vacation. Which I have a vacation every Sunday because, live like you're on vacation. It tastes good. It's strong. It looks good. As you can see, got a good thing to it. But we don't judge beers alone on their taste and how good they are. We judge them a little bit on how they sound. It sounds as good as it tastes. Not gonna lie. This is good stuff. Yeah, man, this is gonna kick me in the pants. What are you drinking?
Unfortunately, today, Craig, we just got water. I gotta get in the car after this show.
We promote responsible drinking on this show. Right. Don't drink and drive. You could spill your beer.
However, Craig, I did spring for the slushy machine. That was on Prime Day. Was on sale like 150 something bucks.
We're gonna switch to BS and daiquiris. The daiquiri run next week.
That's right, daiquiri run is coming to you.
Yes, so you're gonna make some room on your couch for me because I'm gonna come out there for some daiquiris.
Love it. I love it, man. It's been great. It's been one of the best buys of the summer, I must say. Okay.
It combines 2 of the best things to do in the South in the summer: drink alcohol and have ice, just cold. So it's cold alcohol. It's two of the things that you need in the summer in the South. That's it.
So should I try a beer slushy?
Yes. What? Yes. You try it just to know if it's any good. And worst case scenario, you had some cold beer.
Yeah.
I don't see a downside. I don't see one.
There you go. I like it.
Second down.
All right, man. Let's get to the Saints news.
Woo!
On second down. A lot of Saints news has happened since the last time we talked, Craig.
Yes.
Let's just go through a few of the things. Tyran Mathieu retires. Your thoughts on Tyran Mathieu?
Man, first off, just what a career from college to pros. I remember playing pickup games when I was probably still in high school, and somebody make an interception. Oh, it's the Honey Badger. Oh, don't give a shit. Man, one of the greatest players in all of college football history. Like his highlight reel is next to Reggie Bush, Vince Young, anybody who ever played college. You could put his highlight reel from college right next to it. And he got kicked off the team, and they still revere him down here. It's amazing. Oh man,
Right.
So. Amazing college career, amazing professional career. He's a champion. He's a Pro Bowler. He was an All-Pro, and he was one of our better defenders when he first got here. But it was time, it was pretty clear that he had lost a step, and in order to try to keep as quick as he lost a bunch of weight, so he wasn't making the tackles. I mean, he wasn't prime Honey Badger when he got to us, but he was still a good player. Still took the ball away here and there. He still made some plays, but I think the writing's been on the wall for a little while. We drafted a safety pretty high, Sanker, who's a stud, by the way. We signed Justin Reed from the Chiefs, kind of a stud. And as soon as Honey Badger hangs it up, we signed that guy from the Colts, Blackmon. So I think the Saints, they say they were surprised. I'm not sure how surprised you are when you invest as heavily into the safety position as we have recently. But you could see it in his play last year. There were some bad angles. He shied away from contact a little bit, got run over a little bit, a couple of interceptions make you forget about that kind of stuff, but it was time, and it's not an insult to say that. He was a great player. I loved him, but yeah, he's done.
Yeah, man, look, I love me some Honey Badger. He will live forever as number 7 in purple and gold forever. Look, he possibly going to be the next LSU head coach, but
well, that would require firing your overrated hack of Brian Kelly that you love so much.
We can wait. We never know what's going to happen. But I
don't know if we have time for an LSU check-in today, but it's playoffs or bust for Kelly. No excuses anymore.
I'm with you. I'm 100% agree.
That's it.
Yeah. 100% agree. But yes, shout out to Honey Badger, St. Aug, to LSU, to the Saints. I mean, that's the trifecta right there.
I mean, yeah, we got to talk about how two beloved three Saints legends retired this year. 4 if you include Jimmy Graham. We have the legendary Dallin Holker retired, which broke a lot of hearts. Honey Badger retired, which broke a lot of hearts. And then everyone's favorite quarterback in Saints history, Derek Carr, hung him up, And I know that everyone universally loved him. There was never any controversy about that. So it's nice that we were all able to agree that he was, a legend. And then you throw in Jimmy Graham, who just broke a world record rowing across the Arctic. What a freaking stud.
Yeah, man.
I was at his last game that he ever had a catch. His last target, catch, and touchdown were against the New York Giants 2 seasons ago, and I was in the house. I got to see his last touchdown as a pro. I'll keep that memory, tell my grandkids about it. They're not going to ask what the hell football was. It'll be banned by then, but I'll still tell them.
Also, as you mentioned already, Julian Blackmon signed, and also Jonathan Bullard signed on the defensive line. These are 2 pieces from defense that looks to be at the very least rotational pieces. Your thoughts on these signings?
I think it's good. I think it's not only is it solid depth, but they're guys that have done it. They're pros. There's no question marks around them. They can do the job. Especially the guys they're adding on defense, like Bullard. Rumpf was one of them. The D lineman. They're guys that have played in this system. They know what they're going to do. They know how to do it. So the learning curve is going to be a little bit softer. So a lot of people worried about, how is our personnel going to fit with the new system? I got to say, I've come around a lot on how I feel about the defense. Brandon Staley as a defensive coordinator is really good. He has a really good track record of being a great defensive coordinator. So I'm not saying it's going to be year 1 that he puts out a good product. You do have to mold the personnel to what you're trying to do. But there's a chance that, maybe if not this season, soon, this ends up coming together.
Looking at what PFF has listed for Blackmon, they got him graded at about like a 74 pass coverage. And looking at his positions, the snaps he played at free safety, he played a lot more snaps at free safety than he did in the box. I think that's going to pair well with Justin Reed.
Yeah.
He typically plays in the box. So yeah, this is what they're doing now.
With Reed being a good downhill guy, coming and laying the hammer on stuff, and with him able to be more of that center fielder, I think it's a good combination. I mean, our safety play should be better than last year, which is, I guess, controversial because everyone loves the Honey Badger, but should be better. Our corner play will not be better because that depends. That depends. Because do you start last year as when the season started, when you had Lattimore and Debo? Or do you count it as when it finished and we had a bunch of scrubs making up time? Because those are different things.
Okay. Well, we'll dive deeper into that when we get into the defensive side of the ball.
Man, I should read the show notes.
Also, Noah Fant visited the Saints. Do you expect them to actually sign Fant?
No. I think there's a big enough market for them that the Saints they know now they're in a rebuild, so they're going to put a price down, and if someone outbids them, they get outbid, whatever it is. But this does lead me to a little bit of a mini rant, and I'm gonna keep it really short, just a little bit. I'll have an emotion, okay? It's that Cajun part of me. There's a little bit of emotion. I have to bottle it up a lot, okay? But it's a little bit. I'm just gonna put a little dash of it on here. Okay. I am so tired of the Mick Overmountains of the world that come on and say, "Oh yeah, we signed this pretty good player to a 1-year contract," but I wouldn't. I want to have as bad a team as possible so that we can have as good a draft pick as possible. I hope we lose every game. I hope that we pick I wouldn't trade picking 3rd for picking 6th to win an extra game or 2. That loser fucking mentality of I want to lose as much as possible so that maybe we can win more later. Add good players. It is exactly as hard to go from mid to good as it is from go to bad from good. I don't get that. The whole idea of I'm sure we'll be better later if we're worse now. I hate it. I can't stand that. I'm a football player. I have that competitive nature. You're going to go to your locker room and say, "Hey, guys, we had tight ends are injured. We're beat up. Hill's on IR. Moreau's on IR. Holker retired. But we're not going to add any because we want to lose. We want to make sure that we get a high draft pick. I don't care that your careers have a time limit, that your chance to win is limited, and that your contracts might be over. You might not be here for this nice, bright future that we have in 2 years. But I don't care about you. We're just going to do this for later. So, go out there and try, but don't try too hard." Fuck that shit. I can't get behind it. I won't get behind it. I'm so tired of Nick Twins or Twins and Overmountain, whoever those two guys are that I can't remember the names of. I'm tired of the loser mentality.
Well, it's clear the Saints are not subscribing to that way of thinking. Roll out the tanks. And I couldn't get out of bed in the morning on the Sunday if I was a Browns fan and knew that my ceiling was 5 wins. That you get out of bed and go, "We're not going to win. I don't know if I should watch. I could get some chores done." No, we don't do chores on Sundays. We let a bunch of millionaires ruin our day. That's what we do, okay? Our emotions are tied to the well-being of 60 minutes of a game played by millionaires that doesn't affect our life in any meaningful way. And we're going to stick to doing that. Damn it. I like it. So,
rant over.
We will see if the Saints are actually right, and they're going to win, and
all right. Look at all the best teams in the league right now. So you could say the Bills are a good team, or one of the great teams in the league. The Ravens are one of the great teams. The Chiefs, the Eagles, those are all great teams. When's the last time any of those picked first? When's the last time any of those had 4-win seasons? They didn't. Yeah. They stayed competitive. They got good pieces, and they became champions.
I agree.
Teams that pick first all the time. We got the Jaguars. We got the Browns. We got the New York Giants.
And when's the last time they won a Super Bowl? So, yeah, I'm with you.
I don't see.
I'm with you.
The Buccaneers bottomed out, and I don't know how the fuck they ended up good. Whatever. That might just be our division being trash. But when they bottomed out, they got Jameis Winston. They didn't get Tom Brady by bottoming out. They've got Tom Brady after they were mediocre and they had built something already. Like, this doesn't happen all the time. Teams don't go from the number 1 pick to being good very often.
True. That's true.
I'm tired of this. Oh, you're gonna be good if you bottom out. Panthers ain't good yet. We're still waiting for that.
This is true. Okay. Well, we talked about some of the news that has to do with roster moves and everything like that. But also recently announced are changes to the New Orleans Saints. That's right. And I'm talking about the drip. The Saints announced the white helmet.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on this white helmet, bro?
That helmet with the gold face mask is going to look perfect on the color rush. I'm not a big jersey guy. I'm an old lineman. I want my jersey to have mud and blood on it at the end of the day. I don't care what it looks like. But we're removed a little bit, and we can respect a little bit of the look good, feel good, play good, get paid. I get it. I'm with it, all that. Those color rush jerseys are the best uniforms in football, and we ruined them with that ugly black helmet. The black helmet would have been fine with the black jersey, would have been fine with the gold jersey. It was terrible with the color rush. It ruined the whole look. We have come back and we have fixed the mistake. We waited until we had the worst team that we've had in 20 years, and now we're going to look the best we ever had. Whatever. No, yes, love the helmet. I love the helmet with the color rush. I think it's going to look dope. That's going to be the best unis in the NFL, no question.
Not only did they announce the white helmets, Craig, but they announced the return of the gold jerseys.
Oh, do you have any pictures of the gold jerseys? I only see the khaki ones. Maybe we have the wrong images up. Those of you listening on audio, we have pictures of the video of the jerseys, and they're terrible. They're not terrible. They're fine. It's too light though. It's
black
too
helmet.
The black,
is fix the black helmet.
The black helmet helps. I think the black helmet works with the gold jersey, but I think the gold is too pale. It looks sickly. You know, looks like one of those chicken eggs that costs twice as much at the store, and they tell you it's better for you, but they can't tell you why.
Right. Yes.
It's one of those. Now it could have been more gold, but I think with the black pants and the black helmet, it's going to look cool. It's going to be fine. We're going to bring it out for special occasions. We'll probably get our asses kicked in them, and we won't wear them for 20 years like the last time.
All right. Well, pop quiz. Who has the best white helmet in Louisiana?
Oh, this Saints one goes right to the top. LSU has a perfect look. There's no need to change the LSU look. You have the yellow pants. They're not gold. They're yellow. You have the white jerseys at home. You got your regular normal ass helmet with the yellow and that's fine. It's purple. That's purple and perfect. Just do that. You don't need all the alternate LSU stuff. None of them are ever as good as their normal base look. You can't fix it. You can't build a better mousetrap. It's perfect. Good. Fine. Tulane are a bunch of tryhards. I don't care what they wear. I don't care what they look like. They're little brothers. I'm not going to waste any time on them on the air. I don't have the energy or enough beer to care about Tulane football. So it's Saints, LSU, and I forgot who the third team was already. There's probably someone listening to the show that cares about Tulane, and they're going to get mad at me. And I'm sorry, but they don't matter.
I don't know. I'm going LSU, Saints, Tulane in the order here.
See, Dale, I know that no matter what was up here, if LSU was a choice, that was going to be your selection. So I feel like we're pretty much on the same page.
The icy whites for LSU is so good. You can't.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, they have such an iconic look at home that I don't want to change it. Just do what you do.
Okay.
My favorite uniform for LSU is the one they wear when they win. So just win, and I'll like what you're wearing.
Yeah, that's true too. That is true. I understand what you're saying, bro.
Am I a hater? Do I come off as just unpleasant? Yeah, probably. It's fine.
All right. Let's see. Let's get to our next down here.
Third down for what?
All right. On third down, let's talk offense.
Yes.
And let's start off with what everyone wants to talk about, the quarterback battle, Shough versus Rattler. From what I can see, well, actually, it should be Shough versus Rattler versus Haener, because
should be.
The other day, Haener got first team reps.
Yep. Team Jake right here. Mickey Loomis and Kellen Moore have both said it. There's 3 guys in it.
Yeah. That's a mistake.
I feel bad for Hunter Deckers, I guess, because he's not getting mentioned at all.
That's a mistake. Jake Haener should be nowhere near even getting any. He should get the same amount of first team reps I'm getting.
I like Jake Haener. I like him as a dude. I like him as a player. But yeah, I would very much like his career arc to be a 10-year backup with the Saints. I like him. I think he's smart. I think he has a benefit to being on the roster. You're a better team for having him on it. But that doesn't mean that he needs to be the starting quarterback. What's wild about
Doug
this quarterback
Nussmeier
controversy?
From Jake Hayner. That's what I need from Jake Hayner. Doug Nussmeier.
What I like about the quarterback battle right now is we have the rookie, kind of unproven, never had an amazing season in college. He had a lot of injury issues, played at smaller schools. You know, people will say there's a 0% chance he's better than Zach Wilson or whoever the fuck it was. Who cares? Whatever. Haters gonna hate. But they're talking like the default should be Rattler, like Rattler earned something. So the guy who lost every game he started, every game he played in, 0-6 as a starter, 5th round pick, more interceptions and touchdowns. Yeah, that's the easy selection, right? And the fucked up part is, it is the easy selection. He's looked better in camp. He's more poised. He's older. He knows what he's doing. He's been in this before. So it should be Rattler to start. I don't think it's going to be. These coaches picked Shough for a reason. Shucky Ducky is their guy. And they're going to give him chances to do it. He's got the athleticism, got the ball placement. They're going to talk themselves into it. The same way that people talk themselves into playing Marcus Davenport because he's so big and fast that, like, he's going to be good. I'll figure it out. You guys couldn't figure it out, but I'll figure it out. That's going to be Shucky Ducky. They're just waiting to unlock him. That's whether it works or not is irrelevant because, if you're not watching on video, that was a hell of a pass we just put up there.
Yeah, well,
Juwan Johnson.
They both get their little highlights.
Yeah. And a lot of them are to Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson is going to be a big part of this offense, guaranteed. Yeah. I hate fantasy football. I'm going to play in like 4 leagues because I hate it, and therefore people keep dragging me into them. But yes, tight end 1. He is going to have a great season, health notwithstanding. He's going to have a great year. That is the quarterback's best friend. You got a pretty good offensive line. We might talk about that a little bit. The O-line should, big ol' freaking asterisk, should be good. And a safety blanket for a young quarterback is a good tight end. Juwan Johnson is a good receiving tight end. That could be an excellent connection. That could be a really good part of this offense. Very excited about that.
Yeah. Listen, I just need, it's really going to come down to preseason. What's being done in preseason. And unfortunately, that's not going to be an accurate description of what's going to be shown in the regular season. Because I mean, look, we're all guilty of it, right? We get out there, we see our first team offense go down the field, score a touchdown. I've seen enough. Take them out.
I remember Derek Carr marching downfield against the Chiefs.
Yes.
That first drive, and I was done. I was ready. I was ready to crown us.
We're about to light it up.
And it'll never be accurate in the preseason because one guy's going to have the ones, the other guy won't. And then the next game, maybe that guy has the ones, the other guy doesn't. But you'll be against a different team. We don't know if they're playing their ones, if they're playing all their backups, if they're worried about roster spots, if they're worried about putting in new schemes. We should probably end up playing our starters more than most teams in the preseason because we're putting in new systems. This is all new stuff to the players. So logic would dictate we're probably going to look pretty good in the preseason because we're going to be playing more starters against more backups. So there's going to be a lot of fool's gold in those preseason games.
I really do hope you're right that the coach is going to play the starters a little bit more, even though, like, I don't want to see injuries and all that kind of stuff, just like any other fan. But I have low expectations for the team overall, and we need this work.
Yeah,
in preseason.
And I think it's one thing if you have veterans that you're trying to protect and maintain and make sure they're good to go week 1.
Yes,
that's another thing. If you got both sides of the ball or have all these new players, we're going to probably have. Well, so you're going to have a rookie left tackle. One of your top 2 or 3 running backs is going to be a rookie. You've got guys who barely played last year, a wide receiver, talking about Olave and Shahid getting back on the field. Your defense is probably going to have a top 3 corner is going to be a rookie. You're going to want to get Stutzman in the game. You're going to want to get that safety out there, Sanker. There's a lot of youth at a lot of spots, and you got to figure out who your D tackles are going to be. You got to figure out who's going to be your edge rushers. There are too many questions that to not be able to figure out unless you get them on the field. You got to put them out there with bullets flying. And, there's a pretty good chance they're not going to play everybody a lot, but they ought to. They really should. That's the only way you're going to figure out who your guys should be.
Um, do you read anything into Trevor Penning struggling so far in camp?
No, none.
Now this
None.
is without pads, so I
None.
can't
There it
push
is.
the panic button
There it
because
is.
he doesn't have pads on
All right.
because I wouldn't celebrate if he was doing good without the pads. So
Okay, so as an offensive lineman, I played offensive line for about 20 years, high school, college, semi-pro. And let me tell you something, that practices without pads as an O-lineman are the most irritating bullshit ever. It's just cardio because you're not really doing. And I was undersized, so I was a little on the meaner, nastier, dirtier streak. I understand that. I apologize, everybody. But Penning's that kind of a player. He's going to wrestle people to the ground. He's going to throw you out the club. All that kind of stuff. You can't do it without pads on. So to me, I think it's great. Good job, Brzee. I have high hopes for you. I think you're going to be a good player in this system, and I think this is going to be awesome. But let the pads come on. Let Penning get some of that aggression out, and then we'll talk about how it's going. Yeah. Last training camp, when they moved him to right tackle, he struggled mightily. He looked terrible. They talked about all the Overmountain guy. He said that you couldn't even play him. It was going to destroy the whole team. You couldn't put him on the field. And he had the best season of his career. He was fine. He wasn't great, but he was an average right tackle. He was good enough. And he looked terrible in training camp. So if he looks even mediocre in training camp at guard, once the pads come on, I'm going to feel great about it. And if that's your weak link, if your weak link is a mediocre guard, you're solid. That's the easiest place to protect. He's got help every direction.
Got you. Should we already just hand the award over for Camp Beast to Mason Tipton, or should we wait a little bit?
You mean again? Because he did it last year and then he had 3 catches for 12 yards, something like that in the regular season. I'm tired of this, man.
He's got a connection.
There are guys like this.
With Rattler.
There are guys like this every year. It's Tipton. It's Emmanuel Butler. It's all these guys that just come out and they dominate in training camp. And you never do anything in the regular season, but there were about a month we say, oh, this is a really good find. I think the Saints really found something here. And we all look fucking stupid when September comes because they can't make the team or their stat. Oh, you gotta put them on the 53. They're not gonna make it past waivers. They're gonna make it past waivers. I promise. Tipton, first off, he's the same mold as our top 3 receivers already. So unless your top 4 receivers are all gonna be skinny little deep threats, he's not making the roster spot in the top 3, top 4. You're gonna need somebody like Bub Means or Peoples-Jones or Wilson. You're gonna need one of those bigger receivers as your 4th guy. You're not gonna carry 4 little twinks out there and hope that you can line up and run the ball. This is a running team. This is a running football team who's gonna load up on tiny little receivers. No, sorry. I'm sorry, Mason Tipton. Unless you do something in an actual game, I'm going to forget your name really soon, okay? I'm sorry. Michael Tip, whatever. Is it Tipton? I'm already forgetting. I'm already forgetting because this is training camp, and you did this to me last year.
I gave you his first name, Mason. Mason Tipton.
Well, now it's Michael Tipton until I'm corrected by him playing on the field. All right, Mike?
All right. Look, Kendre Miller has looked really good in these little highlights. Don't get me wrong, no pads, but he just looks smooth and fast, quick. Like this is what we wanted to see. Will we see this for an extended amount of time in black and gold from Miller?
I was thinking about this yesterday. This is my favorite thing to talk about. Hear me out, guys. In the first 4 games, Kendre Miller is going to win us a football game on his back. He is going to carry the team. He's going to have 100 yards rushing, a couple of scores, and we're going to win that game because of him. And then he's going to get hurt for a really long time. But this coaching staff is new, and they're going to think, wow, I saw it. I see what I can do with him. We're going to hang on to him. We'll extend him. We're going to keep him around because I saw what he can do. And he'll never do it again. But in those first 4 games, he's gonna show that flash. He's gonna show the talent, and this new coaching staff is gonna say, "Yes, gimme that guy," and they're gonna hang on to him, and he will continue to cycle through IR stints and practice time and then questionable for games. And all of us fans are going to get so mad because we had somebody from some JV school we could have picked in the third round instead, but we didn't. And they're going to hate on him and dump on it. And it'll be deserved. Because this talented son of a bitch can't get on the goddamn field. And we'll all hope, like I'm hoping right now. But mark my words, in the first 4 weeks, he's going to have a breakout game, and then he's going to get hurt. That's my prediction for the season.
Okay. All right. You heard it here first. Kendre Miller will win us a game in the first quarter of the season.
In the first 4 weeks before he gets hurt for probably 6 to 8 weeks. Some big injury, too. It's going to be like an MCL or something. He's going to be out for a minute. But everyone's going to say, like, oh, you saw what he did against the Bills or whoever, the Niners, and once he comes back, he's going to – No. It'll never happen again. It'll be just enough to drag it along for another year.
I can believe this story, Craig. I can believe it. Okay.
Right now, it's boom or bust, right? It's boom or bust. Yeah. If he doesn't do anything now, he's done. He's gone. But he's going to do just enough that we're going to have the same damn conversation next July.
Okay. Just enough to stay on the team. I got you.
Just enough.
I got you. All right. Is there anything else on offense I didn't bring up you wanted to mention?
Yes. I want to talk about Rasheed Shahid.
Okay.
Rasheed Shahid looks incredible. We knew how fast he was. We knew how dynamic he was. He gained a little over 10 pounds of muscle. He's going up and fighting for balls now. He doesn't look like he's lost a step coming back from his injury, getting stronger. That's my pick to lead the team in receiving. I think Rasheed Shahid is going to be the breakout star of this team, period. No matter who's playing quarterback. I think he's going to be better than Olave. I think he's going to be the go-to weapon of this offense outside of Alvin Kamara, obviously. I think Shahid's going to be a big-time player. I'm really excited about him this year.
So Olave, Shahid, Cooks, Juwan Johnson, how do they finish in receiving yards, in your opinion?
My prediction, and grain of salt, I'm kind of a hater. We've established this on this show. People don't like me. So I'm going to go Shahid. I think he's going to have a big year. He's going to top 1,000 yards receiving. He's going to be a real – they're going to talk about him on SportsCenter, one of those actual big-time players. And then you're going to have Juwan Johnson. I think he's going to have a good year. I don't know if he's going to get maybe 700 yards. He's going to have a good season. There's a lot of yards I'm passing around. Bear with me. It drops off really quick. Third's going to be Alvin Kamara, because there's going to be a lot of check downs for these young quarterbacks. I don't think Olave cracks 500 yards. I don't trust him.
Damn.
I don't trust him. Look, when he came into the league, the thing was, oh, he's so talented, but he shies away from contact. He doesn't fight for balls. He doesn't try to get yards after catch. And then he tried to do all that, and he got like 4 concussions in a row. Like, he's not that guy. He can't be fighting for balls and yards and contact because he's, kind of a little dude. Like, that's not his game. So either he's going to go back to shying away from contact, or he's not going to see the field for 17 games. I can't rely on Olave, and I'm not gonna pick him in fantasy. I'm not going to expect anything from him. I don't think that's the guy. I think Shahid is poised for this breakout, and Olave is going to regress. It's depressing. We used a lot of capital on Olave, but that's what I'm seeing happening.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. That would be really, really bad.
Yeah, it would suck
because we get no value for Olave if that's the case.
Yeah, that would suck, and we're not going to be able to trade him because he's going to fall off a cliff, and he's on the last year of a deal, right? We restructured his next year. Yeah, no, done.
That's it.
Big switch. So is that a good class or a bad class? Because I think they came out the same year. You drafted one in the first round, and you get Shahid as a UDFA. So one guy ends up being your star that you re-sign, and one guy ends up moving on for greener pastures, playing for the Jets or some shit. And it's not the one you'd expect, but is that a good class? You got one star player and you let one guy walk. It's not the guy you'd expect, first round pick UDFA, but
I mean, listen, if Shahid becomes what Olave was supposed to be, then fine, it's a wash. But I don't know if that's exactly what's going to happen. But
all right, bold prediction: our offense is not going to be great, but Shahid's 1,100 yards and 7 touchdowns. That's solid. That's solid. That'd be better than any season Olave's had.
Absolutely would be solid. I don't think the Saints have a 1,000-yard receiver. I think it's going to be more running on the offense, and that's going to be the way that we move the ball. So
you did predict us to lose a lot of games though, and you pass when you're losing games. There, Dale. Don't know if you know that in football. You generally pass when you're losing.
I'm sticking with 7 wins. That's what I'm sticking with.
You see, when the last time we did this show, I was really down, and I said 5, and you said 7, and I was, oh my god, he thinks it's more. I'm coming around to your way of thinking. There's a lot of good pieces on this team, and coaching does matter. And you're going to say, oh, we lost a defensive mastermind in DA. He wasn't a defensive mastermind when he became head coach. It was clear his attention was shifted. Now we have a guy who actually is kind of a defensive mastermind, who's only doing defense. And we got a head coach who's focused on the offense, who did some damn good stuff the last couple stops in offense. He made Dak Prescott the highest paid player in the league at one point. That's insane. Dak Prescott? Are you serious right now? He made Dak Prescott the highest paid player in the league. He got Jalen Hurts into a functional quarterback. Like, yes, give me Kellen Moore, give him his guy, and give him a 3-year window. 3 years, this team is a playoff team, or you fire him and you start over.
Okay.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I'm 100% of that juice when I concentrate. I'm in. Let's do it.
I like it. All right. Well, we talked offense. Now it's time to talk defense.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right. On 4th down, Craig, we're talking defense. So let's talk Rico Payton. From what I saw, he had 2 pass breakups earlier, the first couple days of training camp. This is a guy we hadn't really been talking about. Thoughts on Rico Payton?
Probably won't again after this either. So I like Rico Payton. You know who loves Rico Payton is Ross Jackson over at Locked On Saints. He loves Rico Payton. But I remember this storyline last year. He's a little bit of that Mason Tipton guy. He flashed a lot in training camp. Big things for this guy, but there are better players ahead of him, and he's just it's going to happen again. You know, Rico Payton's going to have a good training camp. He's going to look like a real player, but he's got a 2nd-round pick from Alabama in front of him and a 4th-round pick from Louisville in front of him and Alontae Taylor, who I don't like, but you all seem to. So he's in front of him. You got players. You just paid Ike Yadam. So, I mean, Rico Payton's got to cut his teeth on special teams. If you play special teams, you'll make the team. That is a Saints thing over and over. I don't know how often that is in the rest of the league, but if you play special teams, you'll make the team on the Saints. We got JT Gray's is a captain on the team, and all he does is special teams. And he don't even punt a kick. He's just on special teams, and he's a captain on the team. So if Rico Payton can play some special teams, he'll make the team. But I'm tired of talking about these camp heroes, man. I get sucked in every year. And every year I look stupid, and I'm tired of looking stupid. I don't need any help looking stupid. I do it all on my own.
I mean, listen, that's one of my biggest worries is this cornerback room. So when I hear something good, hey, the ears kind of come up there. And sticking on the same subject, Quincy Riley got an interception of Rattler.
Yeah, we make a big deal about interceptions. It was a throwaway. He just didn't get it out of the back of the end zone. Whatever. It's not like it's not like he tricked Rattler or anything. It was just kind of okay, I'm done, and it happened to stay in the field of play. But outside of that play, he had been playing really well as well. They said that he had some real sticky coverage. He was making plays. I like him. I think it's a good pick. There's a reason he went in the 4th round. There are moves that beat him. He has a lot of technically sound, but maybe he doesn't have the athleticism that some of the other corners did. It's all conjecture on how guys project in the NFL draft. So you can't really decide how he's going to be by his draft placement, but he looks good. I like him. I think he's going to make the team. That's the thing about these draft picks is I don't know if it's a good sign that all but 1 or 2 of our draft picks will make the team, or if it's a bad sign because our roster sucks. But probably 6 draft picks are making the team, right?
Listen, like the way I view it, like they all need to make it,
So we got Diggs
last year.
We got a defensive end or an edge rusher, from Syracuse. I don't think he's making the team. And we got a tight end from UCLA that if he makes the team, it's only because every other tight end's on IR, and Noah Fant said no. But other than that, I mean, your tackle's making the team. Shough is obviously making the team. Broughton's making the team. Sanker's making the team. Stutzman looks like a stud. You're talking about right there 6 players off this one draft class that are not only making the team, but people are talking about. And that's pretty cool, man. That's a pretty cool thing. And a lot of those guys are on defense. So that brings up Broughton, who I think is going to have a real role.
So Broughton, I heard that Bullard like jumped him and Nathan Shepard in the rotation today at practice. And Bullard is just really getting in there. I'm surprised by
sense. That makes sense, though. You sign a guy and you throw him right in with the ones and see where he is. I wouldn't read too much into it. You got to give that time to shake itself out. Having said that, cool. I don't care who plays. I want the best players to play, except for Penning. That's my boy. I want him to start. Other than that, I mean, I want, and I don't want Rattler to start because I'm tired of that. I had to defend Rattler all last season, and I'm exhausted.
There you go.
I
don't care who starts though.
Other than all those guys I just said, I like Bullard. It would be cool if he worked out. I think Broughton's going to have a real role. I think Stutzman's going to have a real role because both of our starting linebackers are not going to play 17 games. There's no way. Davis is great. Davis is old. Davis has lost a step. And you got Pete Warner, who doesn't make plays. He racks up tackles, but doesn't make big plays. And he's been hurt at least at some point every year of his career. So Stutzman's going to play.
Yeah.
From what I see, that's a good thing.
Don't play. That's right. I want to focus in on the pass rush of the Saints right now. And, of course, I'm just looking at the nickel package and my assumptions that we're going to have Young, Breezy, Cam Jordan, Granderson on the line rushing.
Are those the PFF rankings, the 66, 36, all that?
Yes.
Man, they hate Brian Brzee so much. I have never seen a 7.5 sack defensive tackle get hated on the way that they hate Brzee. Did he date one of their daughters or something? Like, I have no idea what's going on. Did he cut him off in traffic and rear end him at the red light? Because they trash Brian Brzee. 7.5 sacks. Led the team as a defensive tackle. That's big shit right there. Yes. That's big stuff. I mean, you're a class below Aaron Donald, but you're a build around kind of guy. You're getting 7 sacks as a defensive tackle. That's real shit. 36.5 PFF gives him. Oh man. I want to know the backstory, the tragic backstory of what he did to the PFF corporate office that has made them hate him the way that they do. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So where do you believe that the most sacks come from on this line?
It's going to be the edge rushers. I mean, that's just how that defense is designed. It's designed for those stand-up edge guys to get in the backfield a lot. So for me, I think this is a perfect opportunity for Chase Young to fulfill his potential. That doesn't mean he's going to be worth the number 2 overall pick. He was drafted really high. The sky was the limit for him. They wanted him to be, the next 17 sack guy. I'm not saying that's what he gets. But the defense is made for him to be that guy. It's made for him to get the most opportunities in the backfield, the most almost sacks turn into sacks, the most pressures turn into hits, that kind of thing. It's designed to have guys like Khalil Mack and whatever just rack up big numbers. So he's going to be in position to do it. Whether he does or not is another story, but the defense is geared towards making Chase Young a star this year. And that's what I expect to at least be the goal. So I'm feeling pretty good about him. I think 9 or 10 sacks is on the table for Chase Young. And I think that's going to be good for his career. Get him on the right track. Because his whole thing is he a bust? He's underperforming. He's been hurt. This is the year he puts it together. I'm not saying he's defensive MVP, but by the end of the year, we're going to be thinking, okay, we don't have to replace that guy. We're not drafting defensive end 1 overall.
Is the pass rush good enough to help a weak cornerback room?
Is it weak? Is it a weak cornerback room?
I believe so. Just judging by PFF numbers. PFF says it's weak. It's weak. That's the metric I'm going off.
So this is another thing I want to argue about. I want to argue about this real quick. Isaac Yiadom was a solid player when he was here. He was kind of a backup at San Francisco, but he's an NFL caliber defensive back.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid McKinstry was a 2nd-round pick. Towards the end of last year, they weren't even throwing at him when he was the number one corner on the field. They just avoided him. He has very, very low catch percentage the last, I think, 6 games he played. Quincy Riley shows flashes. He led all defensive backs in interceptions in this year's draft. All safeties, all corners. He was the most interceptions among anybody in that draft class. You've got pieces there. And I don't want to talk about Alontae Taylor. I think Alontae Taylor is horribly overrated. I think he makes a few splash plays and people forget that he gets burned. Every highlight reel of any wide receiver I've ever seen has Alontae Taylor running behind a guy at one point. But people tell me he's really good. So he's there. And you got Alontae Taylor, you got Kool-Aid, you got Quincy Riley, you got Isaac Adams. This might not be a bad group. So the expectation is the assumption that these guys are going to be trash. I don't know that I agree with that. They're in a new system, sure. But you're talking about guys who were drafted where they were drafted for a reason. So Alontae, Kool-Aid, second-round picks. The guy from Louisville, whose name I just said like 4 times, Quincy Riley. He's a 4th-round pick, but it was kind of a loaded class, so he could have probably been a 3rd-round pick. There is decent capital in that position. I'm not ready to say they suck yet. I haven't seen them play. I haven't seen them work as a unit with the new safeties and the new pass rush, so I don't know that they're a bad unit yet. We're going on assumptions, and why is the assumption always bad? If you replace a whole position group on the Niners, people think, "Oh, it's the Niners. It's fine. They'll just reload and go." But we did the same damn thing, and we're not getting any of that benefit of the doubt. I hate that.
It's going to be interesting. I don't believe that the personnel itself lends itself to being a dominant, cornerback room, but with them playing this matchup zone, it's not going to really matter as much about physical attributes out there and more about, playing with your teammates, playing your assignment correctly, and the defense coordinator calling the right play. If those things line up, I think we could be okay, but it's a lot of things got to line up. So
it sounds to me like you're thinking maybe later in the year that defense gels and it's a better unit late than it is early.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I agree with that. I think this team is definitely going to look a lot rougher weeks 1 through 4 than 10 to 17, and I think that especially true on the defense because the defense has so many pieces that are learning new systems and trying to mesh together. That I think early in the year is when you want to play the Saints. Late in the year, half of them are going to be hurt anyway, but you're not going to want to play when this defense actually figures out how they're supposed to do things. Brandon Staley, man, we kind of overlook the changes at coaching staff. Well, this is a good staff of coaches. These are accomplished guys who have had good units. There's a chance that this is a good hire, man. I feel good about it. I mean, I think it's going to take a year. I think this year is going to have some growing pains, but you're talking about 2026 and on, this could be the start of something, man.
All right. But listen, I'm telling you now, Craig, if we drop maybe, let's just say we drop 3 out of the first 5.
Ooh, we might.
I'm on team Bust for Nuss.
Okay, yeah, the guy who ain't even played yet. So when he loses to Clemson, are we going to change it to our March for Arch or something like that? We're going to move off this Nussmeyer, this Sussmeyer bullshit. Do we have time for an LSU segment? I'm so tired of hearing about Nussmeyer, man. He held the damn ball last year. He lost us a couple of games. And now it's, it's the second year in his system. He's going to be good now. Brian Kelly's suddenly going to be a good coach. Nah. I need him to win me over. I don't think we're going to beat Clemson.
Okay.
LSU's going to start 0-1, and you're still going to tell me he's the best quarterback ever. I'm not with it, man.
I didn't say he's the best quarterback ever.
I run the tape back. I feel like he said it with his eyes. Those in audio, he said it with his eyes.
Oh, no. I want to know, who do you believe is the leading returning passer and let's say touchdowns in the NCAA in 2025?
Oh, because the better ones all got drafted. So I feel like it's probably going to be Nussmeyer. Because if he came out, he would have been a 4th-round pick. Is that the point you're trying to make?
I mean, look, he probably would have been a 1st-round pick, considering that Shough went in the 2nd. But
I still can't believe that Mickey didn't trade up into the first for Shough. I thought it was going to happen.
No, actually, the leading returning touchdown passer is Klubnik, the guy from Clemson.
Oh, the guy that's going to beat us in week 1. Awesome. Yeah. I'm wearing the purple and yellow hat. I'm on the team, man. I'm just man. I don't believe in Brian Kelly. That we could have a whole show about me railing about Brian Kelly. We don't got time for it today, but I'm gonna get into it.
Got you, man. All right. Well, look, you're welcome to join us on the SEC pub this year, and we'll be talking some LSU for sure.
Well, I tried to get on there last time, but they tried to breathalyze me to get me in, and I did not pass.
Yes, indeed. All right, man. So let's go wrap it up for us here on the beer run.
Man, we're going to do a little bit more of these with the football coming back and everything, but thank you to my wonderful co-host, Lil Dice. Thank you to the BS and Beer family. Thank you to Sports Talk with Friends, giving us a platform to complain about shit. And thank you for dear, beautiful beer that allows us to get through this mundane existence one day at a time. I'm the California Cajun. That's Lil Dice. Have a beer. It's on us.
Who that?
Remember to follow us on social media at BS and Beer Media. Also, smash the like button on YouTube and share with friends.